So this week on Tech Tuesdays, I've been getting a lot of questions from people, asking about stems, what is stems, like what are stems. So I want to just kind of briefly go over Serato stems, you know what I'm saying, and kind of just show the way that I use it, in my production workflow. But there's various different ones as far as like I started messing with RX by Isotope, which essentially does the same thing. And MPC has just came out with their version of stems, and it's obviously a lot of various things that kind of, do the stems thing, but it pretty much kind of strips away the vocals. So let's get into it. All right, so as you see, I kind of have each individual track, kind of broke down into the four elements that stems uses right now. Looking for that upgrade at some point. But for right now, it gives you access to the drums, keys like the pianos and like instrument sounds, bass like 808 and, pretty much anything low frequency, and then vocals, And if you kind of look at this Serato plugin, you pretty much kind of see they're in the opposite of what I said, but this little microphone here is the vocals. This piano is kind of like the instruments and keys and whatnot. This bass guitar or guitar or whatever is the bass, and this snare drum is the actual drums. So with this particular track, and I really didn't get any rights to some of the stuff, so I'm kind of keeping it in-house. But this song isn't, mine. I won't mention whose it is, hopefully it'll fly under the radar. But as you look, I have the drums selected, so. And then, like I was saying, if I was to kind of, take this out, hopefully it don't. But now this is just the bass. Yeah, it's going to take a minute for it to initialize. So I'll just keep it on this one just for this, just for load purposes. And going back to what I was saying originally, so if you hit the sync button, you could actually sync the sample to, the tempo. Like I'll show you with this next one. But just say you really needed some drums and, and if you wanted to slow it down, just let me find. You got a nice little loop quick. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty nice. And then, I won't really mess with it too much, but to kind of just keep it going, I'll go to this keys one. And with this one, let's see. So yeah, this is actually one of my beats. So just to kind of let it go. So once you get it, you hit find samples. Then as I was saying, you see once it says sync, if you take the sync off, it'll tell you what the physical tempo is. So then I could kind of go here to 112, 05 and program it in 112, 05. You feel me? And now once I sync it up and hit the find samples, it's going to instantly click them. And I already have it set up to keys. Quick disclaimer, it takes a second for it to like register. So if you just like load it in, it's not going to just instantly stem it out. Like it got to analyze it and all that. But I'll go down. That was the keys part. But you see what I mean? It sounds a little, clutter, but like you could obviously fix something like that up with like a EQ or something like that if I was to just like roll, a lot of that stuff off to kind of just make it sound. You still hear a little bit of the vocals. But like I said, just on some, that's my beat, and that was a sample. So I mean, it did pretty, good. Like I would load up one of the other ones, but for time purposes, I'm gonna just kind of keep it moving. Cause like I said, once you click one of the other ones, like if I was to click my vocals, like they popped in. So well, that's the what's the name. It could have been me. Could have been me. Still got the EQ on it. Could have been me. So yeah, like I was saying, once you got the vocals, like you could kind of. That was like the intro. But full of Quan, Eric, George, and Trayvon. Shelf for weeks, and with that goldfish to the shark. Like I was saying, with the EQ, you could really kind of carve it out to get it, sounding the way you really want it, Like, but this was really just kind of for the keys. So shelf for weeks, just kind of get a vocal sound. Shelf for weeks, and within the blink, the breaking news. Rolling it off. Like, oh, I'm sure. Like I'm not hearing it roll off. Shelf for weeks, so, and within the blink, the breaking news. Nice justice for George Floyd in the land of the brave. Where you real clean. Like I got like almost 270, 2 hertz rolled off. But yeah, that's something you could just do with the vocals, and kind of like I was saying, you just switch it up. So if I was to, switch it to the drums or something like, it's the bass actually. But I'll switch it to the drums. Take the bass off. They still loading up. That's why you kind of hear but you feel me? Like once you kind of get what you have, already like down and established what you're going to use, is going to already be in your memory, as far as like on your computer. But to just kind of keep it moving, like I said, to go to the bass, and with this one, so say this is an actual like live bass. Like I said, once you hit the find samples button, it's going to, kind of just go in. I'll cut the compressor off. I put a compressor on it. Still loading up. But that was why I put the compressor on it, to really like kind of. Well, there's nothing there. But then, like, really, like I said, you could kind of just go here if I wanted to start here. If I wanted to go, bump, bump. And if you could kind of bring the next note, like if I was to kind of, make the screen a little smaller. But you could kind of just bring this in. Like it kind of, if you're familiar with sampling, you could pretty much kind of carve it however you want it. So if I wanted to just do like this one. So even if I wanted, instead of the boom, I want the boom, boom, I could kind of just, move this here. Well, I would want it, I would want that boom, 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 boom. But you get what I'm saying? And this is just the bass, So, like I'm saying, like, you could literally, like, control, all the sound with it. And that's really like the main thing. And then with like, EQ and all the other effects that you may use, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just endless possibilities for you. So just say now I go to this last one. This is actually a song. Switch it back to the vocals. But like I was saying, so let's go a little further. Gotta hit find samples. It's all the way at the end now. But the city, chores, but I mean, this is like a song, you know what I'm saying? So it's literally like still loading up. But like if I was to maybe hit the keys or something to just take the vocal off. Still hit a vocal a little bit. Trying to find the other part right there. But even if you wanted the drums, like I said, it's really, you got control. Obviously, it may take some time for it to load. So say if you wanted that feel, and then you could actually move this right here to make it. Like I said, stems is pretty much a way that you could split the track into 4 different sections, from the bass to the vocals to the, the instrument like piano sounds, horns and all that stuff, and the drums, So, yeah, I find it a great tool to, use when I'm trying to like get inspired from samples, or if I'm trying to like just get that same exact, feel as far as like the sound. So, and it could definitely help you out with the sonics. So, yeah, I would say let me know if y'all rocking with Serato sample, and I could, probably do a tutorial on that as well. But I would just say if you're trying to use stems, check out, the MPC version. The Serato version is the one that I use a lot. But I know it's been more talked about. So I think it's a great addition, to your arsenal if you like do sample-based production. And to be able to, I love, being able to just kind of break stuff down. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think. Peace.